Hey Empoweristas, it's Alex Worley and I'm joined by Dr. Corinne Devin. Check this out. She is an orthodontist, a Navy officer, and a beauty queen. My mind is blown. I love it. I love when people break stereotypes and are dynamic. You are such a good example of this. You were a self-proclaimed ugly duckling, which is really hard to picture because you are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Who, blossomed into a swan. And then you decided to do beauty pageants.
Yes.
What made you want to do them?
It was in dental school. So I went to dental school in Las Vegas. And I remember one of my classmates telling me how she watched Miss USA the night before. And the second runner-up was a dental student from North Carolina.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my gosh, I think you should totally do this, Corinne. In Nevada, they're moving a lot of the pageants here to Las Vegas. I'm like, oh, and I was like thinking about it, hemming and hawing. And before I had a chance, one of my classmates behind me is like, oh no, Corinne could never do anything like that.
What?
There's no way. So I turned around and I said, watch me. And 3 years later, I won Miss Nevada.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it was just a little bit of a revenge endeavor. And the next thing you know, it's a hobby that you grew to love, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I would, if you told me I was going to be one of those tear and tots, no. I mean, I walk into these pageants and I'm literally coming in my uniform or my scrubs and I'm changing from my combat boots to high heels, taking the hair down. And I mean, in some ways it's a breath of fresh air because I don't have to look like a 12-year-old boy like I do at work.
So what is a stereotype that you want to break by being these two extremes?
I think that when people see someone in the military and they think it's someone pageant, they're wondering, how do those connect? Like, where is the crossover? And very often I deal with commanders and generals and admirals who could look at me and they kind of scratch their head and they're thinking like, okay, I don't really get why you do this. I said, there's so much crossover. There's tradition, there's service, there's camaraderie. There's girls who believe in standing up or bringing recognition to a cause that's important and dear to them. And it may be to an underserved community that there's not a lot of exposure, there's not a lot of media, but because they have this crown on their head, they're opening doors and making it an important cause. How is that different than the military, where we have tradition, we're servicing others, we're taking care of each other as well as our, preserving the freedom we have.
I totally see it. I love it.
Yeah.
Has there been any backlash for being both?
I think when you're in any sort of position out there, it's so easy for you got to take the good and the bad. And there definitely is some backlash, but what I've learned is kind of to embrace it. And, when you have people come after you, it makes you be more on top of your game, but also makes you more cognizant and aware of, what are the rules out there? What is it that I can and can't do? Right now, Navy recruiting has me part of their stories of service. Orthodontic magazines will come to me because they want someone who shows that you just can't fit into this one little mold box.
Yeah.
You can be here, you can be there, and I think it makes you more relatable.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, you're really giving so many other people permission to be outside of the box too and be really dynamic. So that's really cool that they're using you as an example.
Yeah, I mean, even the current Miss USA, she's an Army Reserve captain.
First one, which is so cool.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that they can show that you can look good on and off the field.
Yeah, and it's okay to have that balance. In fact, it's good to have that balance of strength and femininity. How have you personally found that balance?
Well, I start my day off at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
So that is definitely where I get my strength in because I go to the gym and I work out. So it's almost like, that box is checked immediately.
Yeah. Automatically feeling strong.
Automatically feeling strong. And then, I work. I come to work and I wear scrubs and a white coat, so I'm not always in uniform. So sometimes my patients don't always know that I'm in the military because I call them by first name. I'm like, all right, out there, you are Captain America, but in my chair, you're Ryan. And I want you to feel Ryan. And it's really kind of, in some ways they do, they always thank me and they thank my staff, which all my staff is females. So we're nicknamed the Beauty Queen Department because I'm the only female doc with all female staff in the largest dental clinic in all of San Diego. So, how can you not feel feminine when you've got all women around you?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you told me that you really think that you have to make success happen. Tell me what you think about that.
Absolutely. I have been someone my dad is always preaching me, work smart, try hard, and never quit. A great example of that is when I got into dental school, I got a full ride scholarship from the Navy. But also in dental school, I had a lot of test anxiety my first year. I almost lost my scholarship. I almost lost everything, my dream and everything. And it wasn't until that I had several teachers that came to me, a couple really great mentors who I still adore today, that really helped me get through that. And they really helped me pull myself up and teach me that, to me, you know, this isn't going to happen for you. No one's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. You've got to work hard, and you've got to figure out how to make those things happen. And to me, that was success, was learning how to stand back on my own feet on my own, and really graduating with dental school, but not also graduating in the top 15 of my class.
Amazing. Yeah. And nobody can want it more than you. Like, you have to want it the most for yourself.
Absolutely.
Other people can encourage you, but you got to do the work.
You got to be your own number one fan. I mean, come on, if you don't have your, blood, sweat, tears, drive, all that passion into it, then why are you here?
Totally. And it's not about perfection, you've said. It's all about authenticity and working really hard. Tell me what you mean about that.
Well, I would say that a lot of dentists, and we all want to be perfectionists. I mean, let's be honest. Being perfect is something that I think we'd all love to achieve. But at the same time, it can get really overwhelming, and it can also be really boring. I mean, we remember people when they're vulnerable and they really show who they are and being raw. And that's where I believe being authentic over being perfect is actually much more memorable, and it's more relatable. And I think that's how you truly connect to people around you. Because if you make people feel that they've seen the real you, they want to be with you more. They want to hang out with you more, and they want to introduce you to more people because they love feeling that raw connection.
And that goes for any line of work.
Oh,
I mean, but yeah, absolutely yours, where you're connecting with people on a daily basis. So you're bringing them a gift by being authentic.
Yes, absolutely. I always tell my patients I failed mind reading in college. So if you don't tell me, I am not going to know.
Yeah.
I can guess, but I can't always know for sure.
Oh my gosh, funny. Okay, so last question that I ask all the Empoweristas: what is your definition of empowerment?
Empowerment is someone who is innovative, someone who can be a game changer and not take no for an answer, but find a way to change that mold and make it your own. And for me, it's learning to be motivated, determined, and also having that balance at the end of the day. And
you have done all of that. You are such an Empowerista. Thank you so much. It was so fun chatting with you.
You too, Alex. Thanks so much for having me here.
And let us know what your definition of empowerment is using #Empowerista, and we'll show you some social media love.